Hello everyone, this is Sir A. In this video, I will provide an overview on how you can undergo thematic analysis using Microsoft Word and Excel. Let's say you are already done with coding your transcripts using the Add Comment feature of Microsoft Word. You have also put a tag after each code indicating in which transcript the code can be found, as well as the line number of the text the code is representing. The codes will be then manually migrated to Microsoft Excel. By manually, I mean that you have to copy and paste them one by one. Unfortunately, there is no shortcut keys for doing this, so much patience is required. It is also a good idea to divide the codes in sensible groups to make the categories easier to form. A good way to do this is to segregate all the codes for each main questions. So you might have a tab for the codes belonging to main question 1 and its follow-ups, and a second tab for main question 2 and so on. After preparing the codes for categorization, you can number the codes by inserting a column on the left side, but this is optional. Read the spreadsheet, trying to pick out codes that can be put under the same categories. Once you are ready, you can color code similar codes. For example, code number 1 from transcript number 1 can be grouped with code number 2 from transcript number 2. So I will put the same color on the number on the left side of the column. Place same colored cells next to each other by cutting and pasting the cells. This is the reason why it is preferable to do the categorization in Excel rather than Microsoft Word, as it is easier to do this in a spreadsheet. Are there codes you can't seem to put in any of the categories? In the meantime, you can create a miscellaneous category to house them. Or better yet, you can go back to the original transcript and track their line number to maybe recode them so they can be joined with other codes. This is when tagging of the codes comes in handy. Having the same codes sit next to each other will help their semblance easier to see and describe or put into words, which is the next thing you will do. Insert a column on the right to add 2 to 3 sentence description for each group codes. Once you are done with providing description for each code, your thoughts are surely more organized and you will see that you will start to see even broader connections between categories. The categories are not yet your final themes. The number of themes should only be 5 to 7 for interviews with large number of data, but in our case, we can have an ideal number of 3 to 4 themes since we only did interviews for or of 5 participants. In short, there is a need to combine some categories together. In one hand, some categories can also be broken down into subcategories or subthemes. Some of them might be discarded altogether. There might even be new categories that you can form. At this stage, forming a thematic map will be very helpful as it will help you physically visualize the connection across the dataset. When making the final thematic map, you can use the insert shape feature of Microsoft PowerPoint. But this can be done in a scratch paper during the beginning. Actually, doing this in a scratch paper first is recommended since you need to allow your mind to make uninhibited creative decisions as you are going to join abstract ideas into concepts. Just be consistent with the use of shapes. For example, in this slide, a rounded rectangle was used to represent teams, and ovals were used to represent subteams. The lines connecting the shapes are helpful as two connected shapes means that they belong under the same group or is related with each other. After finessing the categories into themes, you should double check if the themes do actually exist in the dataset. Is the theme present in all the transcript, for example? If it is only present in one transcript, that means the theme does not represent the whole of the dataset. In that case, it would be a better idea to scrap the theme altogether. The best way to check if the established themes represent the data well is to make a quick recoding of each transcript using the themes and subthemes as the code. If all or at least the most relevant segment of the transcript was coded, that means you've done a good job of thematic analysis. Finally, a thematic matrix must be formed. A thematic matrix is a table that can have the following columns. The first column must house the name of the themes and the subthemes, while the second column must describe the themes in 2 to 3 sentences. The third column must show at least two illustrative quotations from the participants that support the description. In this example, all participants must be, or in this column, all participants must be well represented, meaning to say, don't just show quotations from a favorite participant. And lastly is the column for non-examples. The purpose of the non-example column is to give you space to clarify what the theme is not. For example, if the first theme is about players preferring to play with friends, you can discuss some exemptions to this. Maybe some participants might have clarified that they actually dislike playing with friends when they troll or goof around during a serious game. The thematic matrix will serve as your outline for presenting the themes, which is the last step in doing thematic analysis. That is all. Good luck to your data analysis.